Ption Ville is a commune and a suburb of Port-au-Prince, Haiti, in the hills east and separate from the city itself on the northern hills of the Massif de la Selle. Founded in 1831 by President Jean-Pierre Boyer, it was named after Alexander Sabes Ption, the Haitian general and president later recognized as one of the country's 4 founding fathers. The district is primarily a residential and touristic area. It had a population of 283,052 at the 2003 census, which was officially estimated to have reached 376,834 in 2015. Many diplomats, foreign businessmen, and wealthy citizens do business and reside in Ption Ville, despite the distance from the capital and the general affluence of the district. The lack of administrative enforcement has led to the formation of shanty towns on the outer edges of the district, as poor locals migrate upward and have settled there in search of job opportunities. The gated and privately guarded neighborhoods of Ption Ville resemble a Haitian version of Beverly Hills, but with barbed wire. The community is very stable, with nightlife and business conducted with an appearance of Western normality, in striking contrast to many other parts of Greater Port-au-Prince. The hillside suburban town is filled with nightclubs, beauty salons, fitness gyms and restaurants. Businesses which cater to tourists are commonplace, and parties and get-togethers often take place at night. Establishments often host considerable numbers of expatriates and foreigners. The El Rancho Hotel is in Ption Ville. It was built from the private estate of Albert Silveira, a sports and luxury car collector who was one of the pioneers of Haiti's hotel industry. On the 12th of January 2010, around 5:53 p.m., a 7.0 earthquake struck the Ption Ville area. The earthquake caused the collapse of a hospital in the city. The 7.0 magnitude earthquake destroyed many buildings in Port-au-Prince and a lot of homes in the Montana area, including the Hotel Montana. The Club de Ption Ville golf course was converted into a tent city by the U.S. Army and housed 50,000 to 80,000 Haitians in 2010. Its tennis courts host the U.S. 82nd Airborne. The club was built in the 1930s and had around 300 members at the time. The golf clubhouse was turned into a field hospital. In early February 2010, the Israeli-based humanitarian organization, Isra Aid, opened a child education center in the Ption Ville tent city, in conjunction with other agencies, such as Operation Blessing. The center was set up initially in the tents from the Israel Defense Forces field hospital. The Munchie's Pizza restaurant was turned into a community soup kitchen. It served approximately 1,000 free meals a day. Before the quake, the restaurant chain was a place where few even in Ption Ville could afford to eat. After the quake, owners realized that the food stored at the 3 restaurants would spoil before it would get back into business and decided to give it all away. Although still living in the streets, the cooks still came to cook for the masses. Owners distributed blue bracelets throughout Ption Ville. 1 bracelet for 1 meal. They selected one of the outlets to become the soup kitchen and moved all 105 employees to that site to cook. When food ran out after 2 days, the Hotel Montana donated what could be salvaged from their freezers. When they began running out of fuel, cooking oil and food, a convoy from relatives of the owners in the Dominican Republic arrived, funded by donations with more food and fuel. USAID supplied fuel, cooking oil and food to cook, and World Vision supplied bulgur and lentils. Electricity was restored to some sectors at the beginning of February and to most of the rest of the city later. The Club de Ption Ville Country Club was built in the 1930s and has Haiti's only golf course, a 9-hole course. It also contains tennis courts and swimming pools. The Club de Ption Ville is not in the suburb of Ption Ville but is located in the northwest of the foothills.